So a Nigerian artist took to social media and accused his wife and her family for plotting to kill him and take over his property. However, some Nigerians felt that the singer's marital issues shouldn't be aired on social media, but rather settled in the private quarters. The question is, do you think it's advisable to bring some issues to social media? And I'm going to use the recent case of the domestic violence, the woman who said her husband beat her up, and obviously her bringing it out ended up being a pathway to resolving her issue with her spouse. So if she had kept it to herself, and maybe to family, maybe she has even done that over the 6 years, and nothing has happened, but by coming out to the open about it, there was some kind of a good in it. So we're now bringing it, let's have a conversation on social media. Do we think that it is all bad to bring matters to social media, or there could be some good in it? And if there is, can we embrace it?
I have heard in recent times conversations from people who have explained it as a form of therapy. So it's my way of just speaking my mind and just taking it off. So it would have been a therapist you would be sitting before, but for some reason you do not have access to that, or I don't know, you don't have access to family members, trusted family members that you can speak to, or to friends, or for you at the time it's just about, you know, just clearing your mind and speaking out your mind. But there's also the part where I feel that you need to be careful. When you do that, you also need to understand that there will be consequences for putting your private business on social media. So for me, I think take that time. If you need to make a private video, make a video and speak your mind into your phone and the video and save it for yourself. This is my own personal advice. So that when that anger and this dissipates, at least you still have that.
When we finish the propriety or impropriety of putting your business, family, personal business on social media, we'll talk about the details of what was put on social media. So whether or not I'd like to call out this particular artist. Now, I don't believe that you should put all your business on social media. The truth is, the social media for me is a double-edged sword. Duncan Marital posted on Friday accusing his wife, Vivian, of plotting to kill him over and take over his property. We heard that one before. He also alleged that she was poisoning his wife and burying charms in the house to control him. He revealed that she confessed this to him and that he also has evidence of that. And also, a few days after, posted that their 4-year-old daughter was not his, as that he found out that through a DNA test. Now, for me, that's the problem. Let's just assume that everything you said is true. And that she confessed to you.
To be a witch.
To be a witch, she'll be poisoning your food, and that her goal was to take over your property, maybe your estates, maybe you are and that you have evidence already. Uncle, back it up, go to court, and take a decision whether you want to remain married to her, move on. And nobody would have heard. They would just hear that Duncan Marital is a matured man and he divorced his wife overnight. Nobody needs to know the salt, sugar, and pepper, seasoning that made the soup. But because you people will not finish growing up.
But if a man
bring it out.
If a man breaks a woman's heart, we are the ones that will gather and say, how can he do that? No, I'm just saying that let's flip it. If it's this one that complained that he did this to me, she listed all the things he did, we will help her. We'll share in the conversation. We'll say, Auntie, go to court and move on. We'll say, how can a man do that?
This conversation.
Let's be real here.
Amora, this response I'm giving, if you check all the records of your video, it's the same response. Whether you are man or woman.
I'm talking about how we respond generally. Let's not personalize this.
People would only feel the need to respond if because of this, he decided to beat her to death or something. People would not respond. People would still go at her if she puts out something there and there was a story left, an element of truth and a lot of elements of lie.
So, Mariah, I don't actually agree with you that when a woman comes out to speak about her problem, she gets more love. She doesn't. A woman is harshly judged. That is the truth about where we come from. A woman has to be very careful how the world. Is he not your husband? Must you tell the world? The reason why we have been having campaigns and conversations about women where we're saying silence is death is because women have been made to shut up. So women do not have that luxury of coming out and just speaking their minds. Actually, we're trying to encourage them too. But speak to the people who can help.